haben hadahu alal nomitak. So as some of you may know, last Saturday was the March Against Sharia, March for Human Rights event organized by Acts for America. They also held the march in remembrance of the 49 people who were killed in the Orlando attack. If you haven't already, check out actforamerica.org. Their goal is to preserve and protect American culture and to keep this nation safe. The purpose for this is to combat the danger that is Sharia, or otherwise known as Islamic law. Devout Muslims and liberals who apparently can't read would like to see Sharia infiltrate our beloved country and rule over us. But as freedom-loving Americans, we're not going to let that happen, are we? While we do believe in the freedom of religion in the USA, we shall not allow or support female genital mutilation or honor killings that are called for in Sharia. The 2017 Women's March in Washington, D.C. demonstrated this. It was all sorts of crazy. Women wearing pink P-word hats, dressing up in costumes that look like female genitalia, because that's gonna make us take you seriously. Madonna saying that she dreamt of blowing up the White House. And who could forget Ashley Judd's "I'm a nasty woman" insane ramblings. So with all that, who would have expected this?
وَبَشِّرِ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا بِعَذَابٍ أَلِيمٍ.
What the There seems to be a disconnect. Apparently, more women need to be informed of what Sharia is. Now, I know that there are some feminists out there that are educated enough and know that supporting Islam is illogical because they know about female genital mutilation and honor killings. But unfortunately, a new wave of ignorance has swept across this nation, infiltrating women's organizations and feminist groups. So dear feminists, oh dear feminists, how is it that you, who proclaim to combat misogyny, fight for equality, and champion female empowerment on behalf of all women, stay silent on or advocate for the patriarchal, oppressive ideology that is Islam? The religious and political principles and practices of Islam are the very antithesis of core feminist theory. Islamic law is the very opposite of equal rights for women politically, socially, economically, and legally. In history, we have seen brave women fight for the right to vote, own property, enter male-dominated fields. And you're gonna throw all that away to pander to Islam in fear of being Islamophobic or not multiculturally inclusive? Do you feminists believe in logic? Or just feelings? What is the logic in this? The women who pushed for the right to vote were logical. But then again, in today's world, we're not practicing the Susan B. Anthony type feminism. Somewhere along the road, former feminist convictions morphed into a greater, unjustifiable hostility towards men. Feminists became the very thing they hated: sexist. Today, anything can trigger a perceived offense, a micro-aggression, in which a blue-haired lesbian will scream,
"White privilege."
So if you are angry that the temperature at work is in favor of men, yeah, that's a real study. That mansplaining exists, and that women should be sexually liberated with abortions on demand. If you don't want anybody telling you what to do with your body, then why? Why the hell would you be in support of Islam? I'm serious. So here's my little disclaimer. Before you call me racist, I'm not a racist, because there are a lot of nice Muslims out there. My problem is with Islamic doctrine, because Islamic doctrine is violent. Because what's more empowering than not being allowed to drive? Cutting away your ability to have sexual pleasure. Not having a choice in what to wear. Being raped by your husband is acceptable. Being beaten by your husband is acceptable and legal. Just make sure you don't break any bones. The reason I'm doing this series is because I care about women. I care about women's rights. For the purpose of these videos, I will only be discussing Sharia that applies to women. And I know you guys have been looking forward to hearing what I have to say, but that intro was so long and there's so much to talk about that I'm going to have to make it a 3-part series. I hope you guys stick around and stay tuned for more. After you watch video 2 and 3, let's make this an active and reasonable discussion on why feminists should not support Sharia. And for my little art segment here, these are 2 bracelets I made recently. It's proof that conservatives can be conservative, and I mean sustainable. The copper to make these came from an old telephone cord. Add a couple beads and voila! Please hit the like button, my fellow patriots. Please subscribe on the button down below. And shukran lak lima shahadat wa dayan. Thank you for watching. Bye.